ومن يتق الله يجعل له مخرجا ويرزقه من حيث لا يحتسب ومن يتوكل على الله فهو حسبه إن الله بالغ أمره قد جعل الله لكل شيء قدرا
هو مرسل الرحمن بالآيات
أمست معاني النصر من كلماتي لأذب عن عرض الرسول بذاتي أحمي الرسول بما ملكت منافحا بالشعر أكتبه على الورقات البدر يسمو في السماء بعزة والشمس ساطعة
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
والكلب ينبح لا يضر
SubhanAllah, another thing that I wanted to speak about, something that I personally feel is important. It was important then, and alhamdulillah, it's important now more than ever, as it appears, is that when we look at the situation today, we have to think about all the elements that got us here, the situation of the Ummah worldwide. There's many aspects that got us to this point. So, one of them, subhanAllah, as we know, is that Muslims worldwide, they gave up their deen. They quit practicing their deen. It just went from a lifestyle, as it should be, because Islam is a lifestyle, it's not just a religion, and then it just became a faith. Just practice what they want, live like the kuffar, or live like however you want, and then Muslim in the heart. And now it's just a lot of people, even who claim to be Muslim, are completely lost. So, what I want to speak about is the Ummah and the generation, because the youth is important. Because many people of the older generation, right now I'm 29, a lot of people that are older than me, many of them are just, they're out. They're already lost into dunya. So you can't really count on them to do any kind of Islamic work or anything. And subhanAllah, many brothers my age worldwide are, doing things to try to help the revival of Islam, Islamic work, so things to help uplift the Ummah, subhanAllah. But one very important thing is the Muslims, the Muslim women, the mothers, the women, because this becomes so important, because the Muslim men, many have just given up their deen. They're just gone. You can't count on them for anything. So it becomes more of an obligation for the rest of the Muslim men to pick up where they left off. So we'll have to struggle harder and become the best we can be to help the deen as much as we can, because many people have given it up. So the most important thing now, besides the men, is the women. The women, they have a very important role. And a lot of them, they probably forget how important their role really is. And the thing is that the women are the ones who raise the children. The woman and the child, subhanAllah, have a very strong connection. So now, since the men, many men will have given up their deen, now it becomes a priority for the mothers and the women to teach their kids their deen, to be a role model, to be a strong Muslim woman. This is very important. This is so important. Because the brothers, they want to let it go, Now, the children, especially the men, the children, the son, now they need a strong role model, and they need to get this from the mother. So the mother is a building block, a key to the society of the Muslim Ummah. If the Muslim woman is messed up, if the guy's lost and the Muslim was messed up, the child is lost. So, if the man's lost into dunya, he doesn't want to follow the sunnah, he just wants to be regular, now it becomes incumbent upon the mother to raise the child to be strong and pious and to teach him his deen. And right now, as we see worldwide, many of the men are cowards worldwide, and we see the women standing up to injustice and speaking out, and the women becoming strong, subhanAllah. So, a lot of the sisters are hardcore on their deen. So may Allah reward you all. So what I was going to say is, when we look to the examples of the earlier times, we look at Prophet Isa alayhi salam, Jesus. We see his mother, she was a strong believer, a strong believing woman, who helped in the process of making him who he became, one of the strongest, most pious, righteous prophets ever. We look at the wife of the Pharaoh. She ended up becoming a believer, and she raised and helped raise Moses alayhi salam, in becoming who he became to be. And we have a couple other examples. We look at Khadijah, and she was there as a companion to Prophet Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and she was there to support him and to love him, and she supported him in everything. And when she died, his heart was broken to an extent. So we have to realize the power that comes with a righteous woman, because they're the ones raising the next generation. You women out there, subhanAllah, you are raising and bringing up the next generation. So you yourselves need to be strong on your deen and to teach the children the haqq, to teach them the truth, the pure Islam, to be brave, to be rough, to be strong-minded, strong physically, strong heart, strong faith, strong iman in Allah, so they become men and lions when they grow up, instead of being weak. Because many of the men, and I see this with myself, they don't raise their children to be strong. They raise them to be weak, to be soft. So now it's your job. Since they're not doing it, now it's more of a priority for you, because you have such a beautiful and strong role in the revival of Islam and giving victory to Allah. And I know many of you have probably forgotten. So you should become inspired and realize how important it is. It's not just about the men. It also comes down to the women. And like I said, look at the earlier women and look at the role they had in bringing up some of the best of creation. It was because of the women who raised them and kept them firm on the deen with the help of Allah. And actually, if you think about it, Allah chose these special women to bring up these prophets to becoming the best. So Muslim women out there, be strong on your deen, be close to Allah. You're important. Is not just raising children, having children, and raising them, and then the men doing everything, because a lot of the men have given up their job of making the next generation strong. Because if they're not strong, and they're not role models, how will their children be strong? When they look up to the men, a lot of them, they just look like women, they act like women. They're not even strong, they have no strong character, they're not firm on no deen at all. So now it's the women's role to step up and to give victory to Allah by making the children righteous from birth, from protecting them from all the haram and the evil of society, and explaining and teaching their deen to them, being real role models. This is important. This is one of the most important things of today. And we see this is why a lot of during the wars and during the battles and things that go on today, a lot of them, they kill the women. They bomb and they kill the women, and they think, oh, this is, a mistake, collateral damage. I personally think that they do this on purpose. Maybe not all of them, but many. They have no remorse. They do this on purpose because they say if we get rid of the women, there'll be no other generation. Because they don't want generations of Muslims, of strong believers. And especially in the places where the women are strong. They say we have to get rid of them. Because if the women are strong, that means the next generation, inshallah, will be even stronger. The way the ummah will become strong as time goes on. Because we should be better than the non-Muslims in everything. We should be better in advancement, better in technology, morals, science, whatever it may be. We should be superior in every way. But when the Muslims give up their deen to the kuffar, the cross worshippers, they become superior in everything else. Even though they have no strong belief, they're still very advanced in dunya things and technology and things like that. When the Muslims should fill all these roles. So Muslim women, my advice to you is never give up. I know many of you are going through a very hard time. Many of you have had a lot of stress in your life. But know that this life is a short test and that you can never give up. You have such an important role. You need to be strong for yourself, the way you can work hard and keep your iman strong for your hereafter. And you have a duty and a job to make sure that the offspring are righteous and strong. This is so important. So I hope that I was clear and that you understand what I mean. So, subhanAllah, may Allah reward you all. Never give up. This life is just a test. It's very short. It's like a movie. It will be ending very soon. And instead of the credits coming in afterwards, it's going to be all of us alone in the grave. So we want to have the righteous companion in the grave, which is our good deeds. And we want to know that we did our best to support the religion. Because subhanAllah, this life, what we do here is just a bridge to where we go in the end, and there's only two places. Jannah or Jahannam, heaven or hell. And any believer knows that we want to go to paradise. That's what we were created for. So it's just a short test. So Muslim women, your role is very important. Never think like you have nothing to do and it's just the men. No. Your role is very important. Teach the children their deen. Be strong role models. Teach them to be strong, mature, and smart, intelligent, strong iman, to read Quran, read all these things, the hadith, the life of the Sahabas, and be firm. Muslim women have, subhanAllah, inshallah, I believe they have a beautiful character, and the non-Muslim women can never compare to them in any way. But they also have that element of teaching the children to be men when there is no man around to guide the children. Even though there may be a man around, but he has neglected his duty of teaching the kid to be righteous. So do the best that you can. Remember that you have a lot of, there's a burden on you now to step up so that we can all unite to making this generation and the next generation the best that they can be. Because many of the youth today are misled more than ever. So now you need to do the best that you can to make up for all the mishaps and the evil of society that's spreading is destroying the minds of the youth. So you have such an important role. So never forget. Never give up and strive hard. Because I always address these talks to a lot of times the brothers. When really a lot of my talks are to the brothers and the sisters. But this especially is for you, the sisters. So may Allah reward you all. Keep your faith strong. You also are the soldiers of Allah. And may Allah reward you all. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.